Hi everyone, I just thought I'd do a quick video for this afternoon just before I go and get ready for the wedding later today. So looking forward to that. So that's going to be quite good. But with everything that's going on with the government, and especially at a time where you have Russia, who is actively going against everything we know to be true about the international order by attacking a sovereign country. Today they've come out, I think, in the UN, revoking, I think, what is called the sovereign individuality clause. And I quickly had a look at it, so I might get this wrong, so forgive me. But they looked at the sovereign individuality clause. This essentially means that former Soviet republics, which accounts for places like, as we've mentioned before, Finland, well, certainly places in Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, all of Poland, Belarus, Moldova, all these like former very much parts of the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union collapsed, they needed to become recognized very quickly as sort of individual nations, and at that time Russia was more than happy to guarantee them their own sovereign individuality. And now Russia's come into the UN and gone, no, maybe not. So this is very worrying, because we've often said, especially at the start of this whole Ukraine thing, when we had like Putin's crazy speech about going to retake former Soviet land. And if you may remember, he had that, I think it was the president of Azerbaijan, who came out and said, you don't mean our country, do you? Because you've just threatened to invade our country. What's going on there? And Putin obviously had to like reassure him, say, oh, no, I don't mean you. But I think very much if you were in one of those, again, former Soviet, or what was once part of the Soviet Union, it's very, very worrying to think, could you be next? And that may be the case. And you've got a situation of where the West and NATO need more than ever to be standing together, standing firm, shoulder to shoulder, going, we are linked as one, we are against your aggression. But the problem is, we've got us in the UK who are going, yeah, we'll stand against your aggression, Russia, but you know what? We're just going to just sidle on out of this slightly. And we constantly are annoying our European neighbours. We're going against them for like European Court of Human Rights, which is going to be an absolute disaster, because that has other things that guarantees. It's not just our withdrawal agreements, things like the Good Friday Agreement as well, and it guarantees a whole range of other things that we are signed up to. So if the Conservatives, and at least the Brexit zealots who seem to be leading the charge on this, think that we can just leave obviously the International Court of Human Rights, they've got another thing coming. Again, that's probably going to be debated next week or the week after in Parliament. So that's going to be fun. And you've got to ask, why are our politicians so willing to go after and making enemies of, at this time, of real sincere danger of there is a full-blown war going on in Europe, but this conflict in the Ukraine escalating even more. We've got to really ask ourselves, why is our government so determined to make enemies of our closest friends and allies? None of this makes sense at all. But it does when you look, of course, through the lens of Brexit. And this is where it all makes sense. Because what was Brexit all about? It was about freeing ourselves from the evil of the European Union. And all the rhetoric we've had for the past 6 years has been directly aimed at Europe bad, we on our own are good and amazing. And of course, to quote, Jacob Rees-Mogg, there is nothing more sacred than the sovereign individual. And this is unfortunately where this rhetoric has all gone and has led us to. And especially at a time when we need to be putting on a united front. We cannot have a government or a nation like us acting the way we are at a time where we desperately need to have a united front against an enemy who is actively pursuing authoritarian and basic outright imperialism, because that is what Russia is currently doing in Ukraine. We really can't allow this, and we should have expected this to unfortunately happen. But I think we were all hoping that maybe our government would at least soften its rhetoric at this moment in time. But unfortunately, it's decided not to do that. And unfortunately, we are looking at a government who is actively engaged in trying to trash our European relations and partnerships that is not going to end well for us. So, anyway, that's the unfortunate situation we are in at the moment. Will it be getting any better? Certainly not with this government, certainly not with this current Tory party who are obsessed with the Brexit ideology. Unless we get, again, a new government in, or at least they get, shall we say, banished back to the broom cupboards. It's very unlikely that things are going to change, at least anytime soon. So yeah, as always, let me know what you think. Let me know down in the comment section below. And of course, thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like, share, and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below there are links to my comments, and my Patreon page, and my one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, and of course the YouTube subscription button, where if you subscribe, you get all like bells and whistles for next to your name tag, and all kinds of emojis and whatnot. But yes, as always, I'm off to go to get ready for the wedding, and of course, we'll see you all next time.